Howdy folks, it's Harrison with Mainely Acres Farms. Thanks for joining me out in the crafting room today. Today's video is going to be a question and answers video series. This is a new video series that I'm starting up because of the tremendous support and the great questions I've been getting on my sewing machine videos. So if you guys have any questions or you would like to see anything done on this machine, please leave those in the comments down below, and hey, I might even make a video for you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Today's topic is going to be on the first question that I get asked quite a bit is that I just picked up one of these machines. I loaded the bobbin in. I'm going through a full rotation, and the top thread here is not pulling out the bobbin string for me. Well, what's going on 90% of the time is that you don't have your lower bobbin mechanism matched up correctly with the gear inside of your bobbin well. And that's a real easy fix. We'll just pop open the bobbin well here. We'll take ourselves a pair of tweezers or a pair of hemostats, and we'll lift up on this mechanism here so that way I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the actual mechanism inside of your bobbin well that operates your bobbin. You guys can see it's a nice little base here. On the back you have some gears that match up with some gears inside of your bar here. There's a little wall right here on the side of the mechanism, and that's kind of important because you're going to use this wall here and the knob on your crankshaft to make sure that you have the gear set up correctly when you go to install this back in your bobbin well. Now I know some people when they go to remove their see, this is what it looks like when your bobbin is in there on top of the plate. Sometimes when they remove their bobbins, they remove this mechanism as well. So if you ever do that, just make sure to do these two things and you'll have it matched up every single time. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our knob on our crankshaft here and make sure it's in the 12 o'clock position. So you guys look at a clock, you see the 12 o'clock part, that's where you want your knob. Your mechanism here is going to be located in the 3 o'clock position inside of your bobbin well. So I will just kind of set there next to the bobbin well and how it's going to look when it's inside of the well. So we'll go ahead and drop that in. And sometimes it's a little tricky to get them in. You might have to jiggle them a bit so that way the gears mash up real nice. So if you follow the correct steps, you have your bobbin mechanism at the 3 o'clock. You have your crank knob at the 12 o'clock, and now we're going to go ahead and install our bobbin. Now when we install the bobbin, you guys will see that the hook on the bobbin is going to be closer to me and kind of pointing to the crankshaft when we put it into the well. So we'll go ahead and drop that in. There we are. Pull our string down the side, close our plate, give it one rotation, come back to the 12 o'clock position, pull on our upper thread, and you guys will see that it created a nice loop here. And then I just take my threading rod, stick it in the loop, and pull it out. So now our bobbin thread is coming out of this hole here instead of still dangling out the side of here. And now we're good to sew. So you go ahead and you take your leather that you got. It's just a scrap piece that I have. I'm going to just kind of fold it over like so. I'm going to drop that presser foot down. I'm going to come in, do a couple stitches. Then I'm going to turn this around, do a couple stitches the other way just to lock everything in. Flip it back around, and now we can go ahead and do our sewing run. Alright, now to stop, I like to always stop in the same position, kind of end everything in the same position. So our handle is going to be in the 12 o'clock position again. And what I like to do before I even lift up my presser foot is give myself some slack. And how you're going to do that is you're going to pull down on the thread, and it's in between the last tensioning disc and the thread guide that is on your sewing head. You just give yourself some slack there. We're going to go ahead and lift up on our presser foot, take our leather project, we're going to pull it out like that. You guys can see the slack's coming out of the line, and now we can make our cut. Now if you didn't give yourself some slack there and you tried to pull your project out, you're going to break your needle every single time. So make sure when you're ending your craft project, give yourself some slack and then pull it out to the side. And you guys can see, let's see here if I can get it in the shot of what the threading looks like, how clean that is. Let me cut off my edges here so you guys will get a clear picture of what things will look like. Now the only thing I didn't do is obviously when you're done with your sewing, you should back stitch a couple stitches when you're all done. But this is just for demonstration purposes, so at least I did show you the back stitching on the first one. But there you guys go. You guys can see it's nice and even, the stitching. There's no gnarls and swirls or anything in there. And that's it. Good to go. So hopefully this has fixed your problem. Let me know in the comments down below if you thought that this video was helpful and helped you figure out your problems. Till I see you guys again, spend time with that family and take care.